Here is a really quick demo on how you or your team can classify anything in minutes using HTS Hero. Now, every classification starts with a product description. In this case, let's do something like a stainless steel kitchen sink. Now, once we hit go, immediately in the background, the system is going and trying to find the most suitable HS headings that make sense for the product description. Maybe it'll find 1, 2, or 3, and it'll then present them to us for us to review. It'll also provide a GRI analysis of the options provided and try to provide context to help you make that decision. And so we get 2 options here. It looks like the bottom one probably makes the most sense, but let's say neither of these options make sense. What you can do is really quickly click Find Headings, and you can go through the entire HTS and add any heading that you like. And if you jump back over, you'll be able to see those headings in here, and you could select one of them if you wanted to. For now, we'll just remove those because they didn't make sense for this classification, and we'll proceed by clicking on this 4-digit heading, 7324. Now, once you've done this, the system will go and grab all the options beneath that item you selected, so you're sort of drilling down into the HTS until you find the right 10-digit code. In this case, we've got 3 options. Again, we get an analysis. Our options are sinks, baths, and other. Sinks and wash basins of stainless steel sounds pretty good, so we will proceed with that. From here, we've got 2 options, and these will be the final options because we are at 10 digits. We'll click on stainless steel sinks, and we are done. We've got our 10 digits. At this point, the classification is essentially complete. If we wanted to, we could search cross rulings just to make sure that there's no rulings that negate our product description against the classification we've chosen. If we do that, we'll immediately open cross and search for that HTS code just to make sure it makes sense. Now, what we can also do is select the importer who this advisory of this classification is for. We'll just do Big Imports LLC here, just for example's sake. And we can also add notes about this classification if we wanted to. This could be our thought process or reasoning about any given decision, or it could be notes about the tariff details. And so if we scroll down, we will see the tariff details for every single country. Let's say we were importing from Vietnam. We can do that. We can click the drop down. And we can very easily do things like apply special trade programs. And when we do that, we see the tariff rate gets adjusted. If you're the classifier, you can mention this to whoever you're advising this to say, hey, if it qualifies, maybe apply to get some savings. We can also expand to see all the tariffs that might be able to apply. So if it was a donation, we could click that and the tariff rate would adjust. If we copy the tariff details, it will copy everything that is selected here. And if we paste that into our basis for the classification, we've got our steel content tariffs, we've got our base article tariffs, and we can see that there is a trade program applied. Once we've got all that complete, we can click Download Report, and this will automatically generate a polished client-ready report for you with your company branding and all the information that was here. That includes who you're providing the classification to, who was doing the classification, what the item description was, etc. And if we scroll all the way to the bottom, we'll also see a disclaimer. So if you want to set this up in your profile for your company, you can have a disclaimer that gets attached to every classification as well. If we close that out and jump back to the app, we'll also be able to see the status of this classification. Every classification starts off as a draft, but you can progress it from draft to review and then final. If we click review, the system will go ahead and update that in the background for you. And now if we click back to go to our dashboard with all of our classifications, we'll be able to see that classification that we just did, stainless steel kitchen sink. But we can also see all of the classifications done by everyone on our team. This is useful as a manager or an admin to be able to write notes and review. So we can quickly click this tab and we'll see all the classifications that need review or approval. We can see drafts, we can see finalized classifications, and we can also filter by who the user was as well. So who the user was and also who the importer was. We can do those individually or combined. What we can also do is filter by the name of the product or the HTS code. In this case, let's do sync, and we see it just filters down to that one we've just done. Now, finally, the icing on the cake. Let's say I logged in as an admin. I could then come to here, click on the kitchen sink, look at all the decisions were made, quickly review it, make sure all the tariffs check out, and then I can click this dropdown and finalize this classification. Once that is done, we are good to go. Everything gets updated in the dashboard, and now we can see that it is indeed finalized, and we are all set. So this was just a very quick demo of how you and your team can classify in minutes without cutting corners. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and I look forward to speaking to you. Take care.